All right. Hey, Honors Chemistry. So now we're moving on to worksheet number 2, and I'm going to start you off with something like number 1 and set you up for 2. So for question number 1, it says, what volume does 16 grams of O2 occupy at STP? If I'm asking for a volume and I have a temperature and a pressure, I definitely have to use the equation PV equals nRT. And if it's asking for volume, it's V is equal to nRT over P. All right, and so just to heads up, temperature for STP is 273 Kelvin, and pressure is 1 atmosphere. R is, of course, the gas constant, liters times atmospheres per mole Kelvin. And of course, that's something you don't have to memorize because that's given to you all right here. Okay? And then now, the only thing I seem to be missing if I want to solve for volume is N, which is equal to moles. How do I solve for moles? Well, if I have 16 grams and I know the molar mass of O2 is equal to 32 grams per mole, all I have to do is do 16 grams divided by 3200 grams per mole, and I get 0.500 moles of O2. Now I have an N, an R, a P, and a T. All I have to do is plug and chug into this equation. nRT over P. N is equal to 0.500 moles. R is, of course, the gas constant, liters times atmospheres per mole Kelvin. T is equal to 273 Kelvin. And P is 1 atmosphere. If you do this all correctly, you should get 11.2 liters of O2. That is the volume of O2. Okay, I'm going to set you up for question number 2. But for question number 2, you're going to have to break this up into kind of 3 parts. All right, I'm kind of squishing it here though. But V of O2 plus V of N2 is equal to V of the mixture. So I'll keep that there. For this one, I need V of N2, V of O2. All right, so it says a mixture contains 5 grams each of O2 and N2 at STP. So now, what's the volume of this mixture at STP? You're going to do the exact same thing we did in question number 1, where I could set and say T is 273 Kelvin, P is 1 atmosphere, R is equal to 0.08206 liters times atmospheres per mole Kelvin. I say that for this one too. T is 273 Kelvin, P is 1 atmosphere, R is 0.08206. The only thing missing, liters atmospheres over mole Kelvin. The only thing missing is my moles. But I have 5 grams each of O2 and N2. So I could do 5 grams O2 over 32 grams per mole, because that's the molar mass. And I get a moles of 0.156 moles of O2. And then over here, I could do the same thing. My N of N2 is equal to 5 grams divided by 28 grams per mole. That is the molar mass of N2. And so that's going to be 0.179 moles. Okay? I'm going to leave this up to you to finish, but I want you to plug in V equals nRT over P for both of them, because you have all those values. Once you get both of these values, if I add the two of them together, I should get my mixture. And if you want to check your answer, the answer of the mixture should be 7.5 liters. So check your answer with my answer. You should get 7.5 liters. All right, so that's a quick help for questions 1 and 2.